You do! Oh!
How about the people in the back?
Betway, our sponsors, of course, here at CS Summit. And we're into the first round.
Proud sponsors, very proud sponsors. The arena is absolutely electric here as we get into the pistol round. We are going to see MOUSESPORTS on the T side. They've got a hard out at 6 p.m. here. They'll lose the in-game leader. Really not ideal circumstances as we get into an A execution here. We'll see the smokes deployed, and we are going to have Karrigan waiting. He's got that Desert Eagle again, Sean. Are you a fan of this?
I am a huge fan.
The Desert Eagle on
Let's
the T-pistol.
get it.
Watch him open this thing up with his hand cannon. You ready?
He's pushing so aggressively with
Probably not the play. That's not the play.
Oh, no.
Okay, bomb's down. I'm feeling good vibes. I'm not feeling good vibes. I've changed my mind. Robs, maybe, from Palace has to kill everyone. They're coming. Oh, Jesus
See ya.
Christmas. Kit for the retake, so next probably going to be
So
the
many
last man
nades
in.
for this retake. What the fudge?
No smoke, though. Flashes are going to force him off. Still not on the bomb. And it looks like Nexus done enough, unless Rops has a round of his life.
Oh, it's possible. It's plausible. There we go. The kit's been found, and the defuse will come in. And round number 1 will go in favor of G2. Just to want to note there, they played retake, so the bomb would go down, adding an extra 40 seconds to the clock. So
that is a conspiracy.
He's going to keep
theory and a half.
He's going to keep that conspiracy theory.
Guys, wait until the 5-second mark to defuse.
They're buying
Run
SMGs, but they're at CT spawn, and
the French boys love an SMG. I'll say that much. But
everyone buys smokes and pre-smoke your spots.
Shave 30 seconds off every time.
But they've got Glocks. Drop the smoke.
no one push.
Hold up.
T side just doing 30 seconds.
They're just going to be rushing every round. It's like, we need to get through this. It's a different game plan this time.
This is like a whole different type of Counter-Strike. It's win fast.
It's like CGS rules all over again.
There we go.
You've got a time limit at this point. You've got to make sure you're dynamic, together, aggressive, but most of all, efficient, Chad.
I do like aggression, Henry. You know me.
Ruthless, uncoordinated,
Tweet
unnecessary.
First. Tweet
aggression.
first. Ask questions later.
Yeah, there it is. The Chad Virtual story. That would be the name of your book, wouldn't it?
Mine would just be, yeah.
You could just make a book of the tweets.
That's
You
true,
could just
actually.
compile all of them together and have just a nice kind of picture of the front.
I guess I could do like a little blurb explaining how it's feeling at the time.
Like on the back pages.
Yeah.
You could just you just review each year of tweets. Yeah. Just say how you were feeling emotionally, physically. The Eagle now.
Well,
and the Krieg.
That went from terrible to okay in about 3 seconds.
So here's the problem. There's no defuse kit. If G2 save, they will be milking more time on the clock here. I guess if they find a kill now in transition, they can probably go for this, but otherwise, you should probably be saving, getting the fudge out of town.
Maybe take that bloody Krieg and Org and AK.
Are they going for this?
I don't know. Maybe they just want to try and take them down with a bomb, like Alex was saying, but either way, that seems like they're just throwing away 2 guns. Not the most ideal start, but G2 were looking shaky against the Virtus Pro roster here.
And G2 are on a real scrappy buy up against the full rifles of Mouse. They're going to do something probably quick again. If I had to guess, I reckon we're going to be seeing some more speed out of Mouse.
Who's the MVP so far? Who's in the running?
Hunter.
It's good shout. Great shout.
He's the highest, like stats-wise, or he was before going into the last series with VP, but I'd say he continued that because he was beasting it up on the majority of those maps there.
Had a quiet one, yeah.
Kenny...
Frozen's in the running,
potentially?
I think Rops is pretty high as well.
Rops and Frozen have to be up there.
Yeah, they had a really big inferno.
Let me have I'll just bring up the stats as is going into the grand final. So Hunter's 1, Rops is 2, Frozen is 3. Kenny's in 4th. He had a pretty bad performance on one of those maps there.
Oh yeah, the Vertigo.
Yeah, Amanek and then Jax. So that's the top 6.
All right, we got pretty accurate then.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Try not to sound too surprised.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, we actually.
It's almost like we've been watching the
games. Didn't need someone else to tell us.
Wow, you did it.
Okay, that was mildly impressed.
Yeah.
So 2-1, MOUSESPORTS now, really picking up the pace here.
Still waiting for that.
Trying to get it.
So that's a time check coming in from Chad Bertrand here. It's a 4:39.
It's a thumbs up for now with the 2-1 lead. They do need a 2-0.
Karrigan finding himself in a position where he has 1 hour and 21 minutes remaining.
And at that point, Regin will come on. It's been a while. I don't think he's been on the servers for some time. So really do need to see these anti-ecos, just maybe just a straight up rush, get it done.
Yeah. Get the bomb down as quickly as possible.
Well,
It's a fake B.
it's worked. It's pulled all the CTs where he wants them.
Well, he doesn't know how many he's spotted, I guess.
You just keep rushing.
Peace!
It just doesn't stop.
There's 5 people there. He has no idea. That's amazing. But it's a great call as well. Go A. It all works out. Karrigan just getting fed here.
Speaking of food, the pizza's just arrived.
The pizza.
I just feel like the food comes in thick and fast.
Yeah,
here.
like we
I
only
swear,
just had the wings.
I've barely stopped eating my
Yeah.
lunch, and it's like dinner
But
time.
the food windows here are for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not like
I
other
guess.
events where the food window is like an hour and you rock up and,
And
it's
the
like...
food is hot here.
Yeah, that's true as
Yeah.
well.
The drinks are cold.
I'm all good at the moment,
I think
thank
we're
you.
fine now.
Yeah.
I've
No,
just
I
finished the wings.
I couldn't even think about food right now.
I'm going to
Food
wait
is hot, the drinks are cold.
until at least map 2.
Delicious.
That's a great idea, actually. I will need the energy for the
show
show
match.
Oh, I
match.
forgot that's happening.
Could we have a hard out on the show match as well? We get to like 7 p.m. We'll just call it a day.
No, I want to beat this production crew.
Well,
Actually,
we're not even playing the first half. It might be over before we even step on the server.
well, there's
yet.
no way that Alex, Sean, and Trace don't get more than 3 rounds.
That's
They
what I'm
chose
saying.
overpass though, so they're starting CT, right? All you have to do is just rush A or long. There's one dude there.
No, it's fine.
All they
Yeah?
do is rush
Yeah.
B, I feel like.
I would just
Let's-
be rushing every
they,
round.
they
with a
are
5-man
listening.
unit,
They
5
have been
flashes.
listening to our strats. So let's
Okay.
save this
We
for our
can't-
huddle.
We're
We
giving
should have gone
them so
Vertigo,
much.
boys. Should have told you. We could do.
Well, we let them choose. I want to
Probably.
give them as many
Chad was
advantages
really
as possible.
ballsy. He was the one that threw 5 versus 3, and they choose the
That's
map.
fine. Watch me destroy these noobs.
I can't wait, Chad. When I only have 1 round to show for my half.
Look, if you find you're struggling in the middle of the game and you want to tag yourself out, like let me
you think I'm
know. I
tagging
would
out,
jump
man.
straight in there.
I've been slaying those bots for the last 5 minutes. I'm ready.
The bots now.
The bots, the stationary bots, they could not handle me.
Well, Trace is in there right now playing some as well,
Oh,
so
good,
I'm
good.
glad that Sean's taking it serious. You're taking it serious.
I am here.
Henry, the serious level has been. I guess it's more of a drop off in the Henry G serious department for this game.
Yeah, this one.
Tapping
even-
out?
I'm more of a kind of inspiration for you guys.
Yeah.
You know,
I'd like a motivator though. That works.
I'll be.
If you could
kind
throw
of
some
there.
flashes for me, Henry, I'll just kill them all.
Yeah, do something perhaps, and
Look,
then
I'm just
Do
gonna turn up.
something.
I'll drop a solid 20. We know that's gonna happen. Whether it'll be pretty or not, yet to be seen. But as long as Sean gets me a few rounds, I feel like I can deliver.
I could get you a couple.
yeah, see what you can do.
3 on 5 though.
Guys, don't worry about it. Why are we worried about it?
I'm
I'm not
not.
worried. You're worried. I'm just.
They're not worried at
just
all, man.
understanding the situation.
Like we're aware that Counter-Strike is a numbers game, and well, we are giving them probably the most significant advantage you could possibly have, which is a 5 versus 3 on spawn.
It'll be fine.
I'm not worried.
3 orb CT sides.
I'm killing at least 3 players around.
Yeah, I'm at least getting 1.
MOUSESPORTS now 4-1 here as the grand final does continue to kick on here as now time check 4:42 p.m.
God damn.
It's the most exciting part of the entire.
How many rounds can they
Tournament,
win
really.
before Karrigan has to go?
I almost feel like we need a clock on the stream.
Yeah,
Imagine.
Yeah, countdown.
The Karrigan
We're all
clock.
playing next to it.
It's like that. Yeah, have you guys seen 24?
yeah.
That noise.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh dear. All right, it's going to be another execute from MOUSESPORTS. It worked for them before. It's going to work for them again here as they will completely light the side up. We saw them doing this over in the Pro League Finals, throwing a lot more Molotovs over towards the firebox, the default box, just making sure they clear everything out, push the CTs into the line of sight of flashes, and then absolutely maul them with the AK-47s.
Taking them down 1 by 1. No prisoners taken here, as we'll see. 3 versus 2, to be fair. There's a chance to save the AWP. Kenny S will be his main objective at this point. Don't think they'll be going for this one, considering they have no kits. And they start their retreat at this point. This is your grand final. We're joined by an all-star cast here of Jeremiah, Chad Birchall, Henry G, Sean Gares, Alex Machine Richardson.
Halvor is floating in and out.
Halvor is in the background.
He's
there.
floating in and out.
Trace, I believe, is elsewhere.
He's
Playing a matchmate.
he's getting ready for the
Matchmaking.
for the show
while
match.
watching this.
It makes sense, you know. You gotta have your priorities right, and I'm with him.
Yeah. Trace walked into the room where they were practicing. They were going over strats.
Were they really?
So pack it up, boys. They're doing strats.
It's not gonna matter, Hank. It's not even gonna matter. A little
We're
bit.
not on the CT side. The
Yeah.
embarrassment will already be done. Fantastic. They will already be over.
No, but if Sean does what I think he does with the 3 of them,
Okay.
it's gonna be fine.
All right. I like the sound
Sean's
of
going to move the pieces of the puzzle around exactly as I expect, and everything's going to be okay.
that. 2A.
Yeah.
I'll take the bomb B.
Everything is
Yeah.
going
Hi, I'm a piece of the puzzle. Checking in.
Yeah, so you're... I don't want to give
Don't
it
say
away.
anything, bro. Don't say anything. I
yeah.
know what I'm gonna do.
current time.
I'll
Bob.
work it out.
Time check again as we have a tactical timeout coming on through.
You have got 4 of those available.
4:44.
So they'll be shaving 4 minutes off, so we can operate in the assumption that they'll use all of them. So that's 4:48. So we'll just operate with that additional par.
And if they're really smart about it, what they'll do is they'll let freeze time initially tick down
to 15,
and
right.
then do it. So then they get an additional 20 seconds.
Yeah, smart.
But 1 to 5, we'll be seeing a feigned mid control coming out.
Hello, spicy.
Frozen's dead here. There's no way he's ready for this. He's going to rage too. That's a desk punch moment. They have to accelerate A after that. They have to go.
How many death punch moments on LAN have you had, Chad?
I didn't have many. I was too busy raging at my teammates.
Shawnee, much of a death slammer?
I had a few.
Yeah?
I can't recall any, but I know I had some.
Oh, yeah.
Not been caught on stream?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I'm safe.
No motion track gifts.
Yeah.
You ever wave your finger at anyone in disbelief after losing a semi-final? Or
Did you see that clip?
yeah, wasn't it good?
It was.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Oh, it's from DreamHack Seville.
Yeah.
They Devil Walk was like, they lost in the semi-final.
Yeah.
There's a funny clip of him just like berating one of his
Madden.
players, but apparently it was fine. He's actually berating.
Yeah.
Because he was
I saw that.
because his teammate was like tilting in the game. Apparently,
Yeah.
so he just thought, I'll come straight back at you. So fair enough.
Well, look, I respect it.
Yeah, I respect it
I
too.
didn't retweet it in like a way that I thought was like negative. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Get stuck in.
bit of passion.
Give him the beans.
The only way to diffuse a problem is to escalate it first.
Aggressive behavior will always prevail.
I recently read that if you want to avoid confrontation, you feel it's coming, change the medium of communication.
Oh.
And so perhaps that's what Devil Walk was doing. He was talking on TeamSpeak. He
And
said,
he said
"Hey,
straight
let's
for
do this
the
face to face. Let's
sound
really I'm detecting
as
tension.
angry as possible.
Let's do it
now.
face to face." Do I sound muffled to anyone else? Like I feel like I've got this microphone
Give us a mic
the
check.
wrong way round.
Give us a mic check.
I don't think
Sounds
you have
weird
it.
to me.
Why don't you play with the little nibbly bit?
I
Make
think-
sure that
I think
the
it's supposed to be this way round.
No.
Or is it this way round?
That's
this way.
right.
Definitely
That's
this
the
way.
way,
that's much better. Maybe I've got a bit of an issue.
Ooh,
No,
hi.
I'm good.
All right, so MOUSESPORTS, they went for a fake towards B and middle. They lost the opening kill because of some Amanek aggression.
Oh, Molly's great.
And now they're going into more of a default spread here.
Molly's not so great. I changed my mind.
Well, it's a good idea.
G2 has built up some economy, so
And they're
time.
running dorps.
yeah. Dops.
Couple of dorpers.
Clawpers, Dorpers.
Chorpers.
Oof. Splitting A with a man in Palace. Not the easiest.
Round 8. The first map.
Henry?
Hunter, he's going to be
I
smoked
just had a
off.
bit of a flashback moment. Sorry.
To what?
Alex knows.
I do. Hunter, however, if he's wise to these tricks, Karrigan always the spearhead of the
They've
assault.
gotten a lot of room, really, haven't they? Even though with the player in
Because they got
Palace,
the palace set up, right?
they have to be wary, though.
He pushed the. He actually pushed the smoke and went back.
Surely they're wary. Surely. Woo!
Don't call me Shirley. You still haven't dealt with Palace. Jackson's got his timing so
They
right.
know he's there
Hunter
now,
can
though.
support him. Yeah, that's true. And now the rest of the squad are starting to dwindle. It doesn't look good.
MOUSESPORTS now
Here we go.
just running away with it.
They've got to be quick. At least they got the T-side start.
4:48 p.m.
Just the constant time change. Like, there's going to be a 15-minute break as well. It's so brutal.
Oh,
It's just got another like, at least 30 minutes.
You know,
Yeah.
Karrigan's just like, stay the fuck in your seats. We're not going outside for a break. Get G2 in here back as quick as they can. Let's go.
Karrigan runs from the door door of his gaming room to theirs and just blocks the way.
You're not leaving.
Hodor style. Sit the fuck down. Play on. Play on.
The Krieg and the AK, both very valuable
Yeah.
weapons on the CT side. We'll be holding on to them. The round slips by, but still there is hope going forward. CZ available, and it looks like the money will be fine for a couple of drops as well. But 6-2 on the T side. MOUSESPORTS looking very comfortable here. It's a bit of a mainstay throughout the history of this sort of core.
Did you like playing Mirage, Sean?
I actually did. I did like playing Mirage. I think what Karrigan said yesterday is how I felt about it. There's a lot of opportunities to do different types of defaults in mid. Obviously, faking mid control and screwing out A, B. There's executes at A and B. It is a map that has everything tactic-wise. It's just
I think
played out.
Cash was the same though, right?
Yeah. So the thing I always didn't like about Cash is it's very difficult to split A from mid. unless you had like those truck smokes or
Sure.
like not many. Like if you were in a pug, you would never.
No, you would never. No, you're right.
From mid.
It might be easier now though, with the like Kenny S box there and the way that the.
Surely that's, if anything, that's helping the CTs.
Maybe to get up and over, they could boost over it and shit. Teams were starting to come up with variations for like walling off that area of the map, but like you're saying, it's not like so easy for the casual.
Yeah. Whereas I think everything on Mirage is easy for the casual.
You're right. Thing is, if they take this out of the map pool, I wonder what they change, right? Like
Next now.
Ooh.
Hello. And goodbye.
And they're stuck in B apps.
Yeah, they pretty much have to commit to this now.
Or they could save, Henry, and
they could
waste a minute and 20 seconds.
That is actually an option as well. But I guess they don't want to save at this point, considering they're the ones really with time up against them here. MOUSESPORTS will be falling back. The bomb is available.
Yeah, so direction minimal for these guys right now. Frozen's going to try and find something on a solo mission middle. There's only so much he can do without a boost friend. Kenny's responsible for Palace. Next is going to probably catch this mid walk up short. 50 seconds. NATO's still going to probably arrive late from... Doesn't maybe perhaps look like they're setting up for a B to mid, but I'm not sure Rops is ready for this. Not at all. They were going straight for short. And that is 100% confirmed for G2. Now, 100% is a lot of percentages.
That is quite a massive number.
In fact, some would say it's
almost
all
too
of it.
much. Yeah. But it does look good.
Quite the statement I've made, but with every second that passes, my anxiety wanes. It does seem like G2 got this one.
There's been a lot of players having to leave straight from like the end of games to planes recently.
A lot of tournaments.
EG,
that is a very common theme.
EG loving it. One of EG's favorite things to do in recent times.
Well, they're just as mad as we are. They've done like 25 events this year as well.
Yeah. They're...
I mean, they got carried away with success
Signing
they had
up
in
to
NRG.
shit,
And then like, they started getting all the invites coming through, and then it's like, wow, this is great. There's so much money to be made. And then you realize you burn yourself out.
And you stop having fun, and then the money doesn't
The
buy
money-
you happiness. So, yeah.
I wonder how many events I've done. Everyone knows the number. I have no idea.
Just head to Liquipedia. They keep track of everything.
And then there's all those extra bits and bobblies I'd have to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's other video games.
Yeah, I went to Birmingham for a day. That was that. I just
I went to Birmingham.
got paid
lovely.
for that.
Did some Dota.
I normally just like, I look at my invoices and I just search by unpaid, and then all of them come up. And at that point, I can really work out what I've done.
That's a joke, guys.
That
is a joke. We have been paid for some events.
And recruits.
Funniest man.
Caster for free.
Just freelance.
All right,
Free.
just quickly, they're going back to this execute that worked for them a bunch of times, right? If they're going to do the same one, or maybe it's a double pump to bait out utility. So they're going to throw the smokes again. Then we're going to see the site completely doused in flames across the default box and the firebox. Maybe a sandwich Molotov too if they're feeling a little bit more spicy. But this aggressive A-ramp play here, it's a bit juicy.
Second player moving into the site as well.
I like it. You should be backing up Jax when he's that far forward if you have the time.
Believe that's an opera ticket.
They might, yeah. So they've full committed to this.
I believe so, Sean. It looks like the setup has been confirmed. Jax flashed over and kill converted. Chris J happy to receive it. No real sweat having to be broken at this point. It looks like they're very comfortable. This is the very cool Molotov. I saw this more recently, and it lands all the way that CT spawn. We'll get next to there with the AK-47. Not going to be enough. 4 versus 3. MOUSESPORTS continue their dominancy towards the A side of the map. 35 seconds. Looks like it's under control here, Chad.
Yeah, biggest issue right now is
What's him?
getting legged by Kenny. The smoke's cleared and he's gone down.
Down 25 seconds. Actually, things could
Definitely
get
sure.
a little difficult now. Hunter's got a smoke to play around. It's not quite where he wanted it to be, so now the fights go close quarters, and so he profits with the CZ. 15 seconds. Where's that bomb?
All going wrong for both teams right here.
Oh my god, now Aminek's got to try and bang him through the box, imagine. He's just knifing out.
I love it.
And he knows he's
I
got
love
it. NATO! Oh,
Damn.
out scope. That was fast.
Aminek's a clutch player.
He is, isn't he?
really is.
He's a gamer.
He's a cerebral little big brain.
Like, he knew that if because he was focusing on the plant, he's probably doing it in the middle, he can just go straight towards the box and be
But pushing that
outrunned.
smoke, right, is a risk. Like,
Yeah.
he's taking a big risk by doing that, but at the same time, he's like, I guess, playing the percentages that
He's
it's
such
unlikely.
a CSGO player.
Yes.
Like he is like the definition of a pure CSGO player. Every
Yeah,
time I
I'm with you.
watched him when he was on the team, I was like, wow, That's so smart. I don't think
My
that
brain
way.
doesn't work in that way.
It's like, oh, that's so clever what you just did. You would like make noises where I would never make noises.
And that's CSGO players for you.
Yeah.
This is going to be the flashbang A attack here. 3 towards Palace. Smoke and CD spawn perhaps. Got the AWP watching for rotations from middle. One flash shot is all it takes. And it can find you a lot of success here, but it does require the AWP. Or maybe the M4 and spawn to be flashed off. That's successful so far, and we will see MOUSESPORTS start to open things up if they still trail by 1 man. It'll be Karrigan getting them back in the situation. He had a good tournament so far, but Nexa looks very strong and leaves Frozen in a 2-on-1 here. Don't think he manages to hit that one. Hunter. We'll find in the 5th. Time to close the gap here, boys. We might have a grand final on our hands.
This is wild. I feel like MOUSESPORTS is just getting out into the A site every round, and GT is just stonewalling them the second they drop the default.
Oh, that bomb just does not get down. Like the last round, it would have been a very different story if Kenny didn't jump for info and leg Karrigan off the bomb.
4:55 p.m.
4:55. Now the hard cutoff, if you've just joined us, for the in-game leader of MOUSESPORTS in this grand final.
The brains of the operation, really.
The brains of the operation, the puppet master, if you will, is 6 p.m.
The man brought in to reinvigorate the squad after the wheels fell off. Able to bring them to top 4 placings throughout his tenure as the in-game leader, and most recently, a trophy lift.
How long was he in MV for?
About 6 days.
6, yeah.
No, he was just there for that whole little
just filling in,
stint
was
to
it?
help them with the major earlier. And I think they probably would have wanted to try and keep him, but there's no way you hang around for that.
No, it's fair.
Envy just got rid of Ely and their manager, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
How ridiculous is Karrigan's story, by the way? The fact that, he was removed from FaZe, and now where FaZe is at compared to where he's at.
Yeah.
It's actually incredible.
Yeah, you're right.
But we've spoken about this before, right?
It's so incredible.
The teams who replace their in-game leaders, we end up like demonizing them and looking at them like, you guys are just, what are you doing,
The Glock now.
Well, it's known to be one of the most potent guns in the game.
Incendiary's so wild.
Oh.
Getting a bit toasty in there, Kenny.
So now he either breaks the vents or wait.
Yeah, they got double orbs. They're not retaking this.
Bye. Dorps, we call them.
Okay, so who are the teams who will replace their in-game leaders and then replace them with just a fragger?
Ents?
Yep, well, we hate Ents now.
Hate now.
Big did it, right, with God B?
Yeah, Tabson doing it, though, I don't hate.
Yeah. We haven't really seen much out of them lately.
I don't think they're qualifying for much. I think they're just...
They're playing...
so it's not going well for them.
They're playing the Malta event.
Oh, big?
Yeah.
They've been awful.
And they just lost in the DreamHack, right?
Last place at Sevilla.
Yeah, and then...
Who else?
Well, you'll get to watch them in a couple of days, Henry.
Dead last. Couple
Trace,
of days,
how'd the matchmaking
back to the grindstone.
Pressing your nose against it.
Well, are you talking about teams that replaced in-game leaders with fraggers?
Yeah.
Navi did that?
Yeah.
Did that,
and then they got caught by the coaching rule change?
Oh, that's right. That was ages ago, right, with Starix.
Yeah, I guess they kind of did it with Boomich as well, because Boomich wasn't
but
an actual in-game leader.
had to go about 2 years ago, so it's
but
probably
they still had more success with Zeus than they ever did without him.
But watching Boomich, like, he's actually doing good shit.
I mean, he's doing good individually, but the team is still at the same spot they've always been.
That's true. They haven't fully found their feet just yet. I think that Glock round could actually just be the undoing of this half for G2. What was looking good has now probably screwed.
Yeah, you can't have that happen.
onto triple as well. The fact he had that much room to line up for the shot on it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'd say this one's probably a 10-5
10-5 half.
Yeah.
Now Sports will at least have their in-game leader for the full Mirage then.
That's something. It means they'll have 2 opportunities, perhaps, to close things out with the coach. But this is looking quite good for Hunter. Runs out of bullets, though. Another 2-on-1.
Okay, like, let's...
There we go. What have you got?
I'm trying to say this delicately.
Yes.
At least it's Karrigan and not Rops
What's
who
this?
has
He
to
wins
go.
this. Oh.
Right? Because if it was Rops that had to leave,
Right, I see what you're saying.
we may as well not even play the final.
But do you think Raging
That
can
might be
channel
true.
his inner Karrigan?
Well, let's say that Rops and Frozen just go absolute gorilla beast mode, right? They just become these apes, just beating their chest, running on through, just ripping heads, right? Just absolute crazy CS.
Yeah, okay.
Those two could do it.
I see what you're saying. Like, in terms of actual, like, the chance for a raw mechanical win, in the absence of your in-game leader.
Strats go out the window and it just becomes like a fucking slug
CS.
match.
Different CS, like play deathmatch.
It's like Hunter and Rops are just standing at either side.
You're getting me excited,
biffing,
actually.
You know? Just doosh.
Almost want to see it.
Yeah. Well,
Just
we have
Robs
to
running
pull
around.
them aside. We'll just pull them aside and say, guys, can you do us a favor?
No strats, no nades. Don't buy any grenades.
Run at them. Shoot them. Does seem like that 10-5 is a possibility as we are watching an eco transpire. And probably the least favorite round of Counter-Strike to observe and watch and witness.
Yeah, Valve are doing their best to make sure they don't exist anymore at all. So maybe by next year, we won't have to watch any.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I like it when the Desert Eagles work, because then it feels kind of like everyone's a winner. Valve can't complain. They spent some money. It's a threat.
What about the R8 revolver?
Yeah, why is that one-shot body shot not back in the game? I think that one-shot body shot revolver,
It's literally a scout.
like that's the play.
It's a scout when you hit someone in the body. It's so nuts.
I got bodied by a guy called Smiley the other day in matchmaking
How'd it make
using
you
only
feel?
the revolver in Face It, I think he was playing.
So a bunch
Only
of
revolver.
He was a level 10.
I'm sure his
Face It
teammates
flat
loved
net,
him.
and he really was getting multi-kills,
Was he
actually.
popping off?
Truly, Train, the map, Ivy he held, just a revolver. I was in main. Brains shattered all over the cement. I looked like a twat.
Yeah.
Smiley looked like the best
Not a great
player in the
feeling.
game. No. That's the end of my story, and we've got the 15th round, which is one of my favorite stories to tell because it's about how the 10th was found for MOUSESPORTS.
Can you give us the beans?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, give us the absolute beans.
I want all the beans.
Well, it's a grand final after all.
The
isn't
red
it?
beans and the ravioli.
Yeah.
And the guacamole.
Chris J starting
Haha.
a sneaky maneuver around this smoke. Bomb still in spawn, so not much to be beanie about, but alliteration and Frozen about to try and draw first blood. He's a bit aware of this, so much more than a bit. Just quick scope onto Frozen. Bomb on the back of NATO, the stand-in. And they're currently split 2 for 2. Not sure really on the final objective here as they split and pick. 60 seconds. Bomb now leaning towards the B site. Karrigan, he's doing his best to investigate, try and sell this A. The CTs are starting to get a little sweaty on their mouse pads. Just Amanek holding firm. That's the word.
This is the beans.
Oh, dude, I forgot I was doing the beans. Was that what I was supposed to be doing?
Yeah,
Oh,
we wanted the full. We wanted the full. We
also
wanted
got
everything.
full beans. We
Oh,
also
you wanted
all
like
the
major
sides.
casting.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a major casting. There's no big casting to be done here.
Well, look, you have to make it exciting.
Okay,
That's your
sorry.
job.
NATO Sapphics,
Here we go.
35 seconds. He's going to have to do everything. Misses the first. It's a problem. Down to just the scraps of health. Hunter finishes it, and G2. My God! They're set for 6.
Henry, this is where you take over.
Sean is in the TriCon.
I'm in the TriCast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex, it looks like Rops is going to have...
This is your grand final. G2 versus MOUSESPORTS here at CS Summit 5. We've got a hard out. We've got 55 minutes as MOUSESPORTS do have the lead right now. Map of the one, Chad.
I have something I need to point out here.
Go
The
on.
fact that Rops has 21 kills to his name, where the next closest on his team is only 11 frags. So Rops here is showing up. Oh, we
Let's
do
we
have
have a
a
timer.
There we
Can we
go.
label it hard out timer? Just make sure everyone knows.
It's a hard out.
Karrigan's hard out.
I'm going to give you some of the best right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see Rops with yet another kill to his name there. Will eventually be traded out by that of Amanek. Kenny going to be pushing forward, scavenging that USP and garnering control of the jungle position. But the CTs, they want to be quick on the retake. So Chris J pushing on in through the flash of Karrigan, and we'll find another. There's a 3-on-2 situation.
And the bomb's out.
And the bomb will be dropping back here as well, G2. They want to slow this one down.
But you can see that they're paranoid about the flank. So they aren't going to be relieving the A site so much as they are just going to be chilling and rotting that clock as much as they possibly can. Now starting their advance.
MOUSESPORTS know this because Frozen has control of their flank. He's communicating to his teammates. Likely that they can't get anywhere besides the A side, although they could technically go through window, which is why you see Karrigan holding that.
Yeah, Frozen's going to confirm even more of the map clear.
Karrigan has another flash as well.
Yeah,
so
Kit on Karrigan too. Kenny, he is going to have to take this fight eventually, and NATO, he knows it, so he's just playing for that close fight.
the thing is, Netasavic's position, he should get destroyed, yeah.
Bodied. Karrigan, that's a huge frag. 2 would have been lovely.
Go B, go B, go B.
Knife
Yes,
out,
yes,
knife
yes.
out, knife out. Frozen's on a run as well. I think
He's not.
this is going to be a close fight. Whoa! Kenny, yes.
Well, there it is.
The Maltese sniper.
He really is, isn't he? stepping up just when they need him. A must-win pistol. And at this point, MOUSESPORTS surely get a force buy. The Scouts are coming. The Desert Eagles. There's been a lot of second rounds given away this tournament.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Especially not by G2. So, MOUSESPORTS.
This is like their favorite second round buy.
Yeah.
The 4MAC-10's AK.
I feel like G2 has been one of the better teams at this event.
So Kenny gets his AK every time, or at least he did on Nuke, and then they just throw SMGs at sight. I don't hate it.
So I know you might be saying that, Sean, but they
Yeah.
did lose the force buy to kick this game off.
Oh.
So, yeah. They won pistol, and then they lost to Chris J getting a couple of Deagle kills.
Ah, true, true.
On that B-bomb side, I believe it was.
Twas.
And they went for that weird retake where we were like, why are they doing this? No one knows, really.
You get shadow advantage for that to fight, don't you, if you stay there? If for some reason the fight happens there.
Quad Mac 10s though on Mirage. I'm
Not a fan.
not a fan. They're gonna have a lot of long range fights here.
No one's going Palace. Chris J could get the timing
Oh.
perfect. He has.
It's actually the...
Hi.
So he got 2 on the second round of the first half. If he gets 2 again now, it's fate.
It must be.
It's the only way to explain it.
Aminek's in perfect spot to catch this though.
Oh dear.
G2 back in control. Karrigan's going to try and rock the boat. And Aminek's so ready for it. He just knows.
He loves the Mac 10, doesn't he?
I don't love the second player pushing through the smoke to his death play, but maybe some people at home do.
Well, only the 1 kill found. Mac 10's going to be doing a lot of damage in the follow-up rounds here, as G2 pretty much guaranteed to tie things up 9-9 on their T-side campaign. Here at the odds from Betway.com. MOUSESPORTS still the favourites, but I feel like that's going to change. I feel like G2 coming online.
So if you have
It's
to, so
definitely
if you go for 4 Mac 10s and you go up against a force buy, if you're confident you can win that force buy with a Mac 10s, that means that anyone that loses their Mac 10 just rebuys an AK, and you've already got extra cash for what your T campaign, which is already pretty flush for cash anyway. So that's actually not bad.
And Amonic loves using the Mac 10.
Yeah, it's his favorite.
Imagine the look on your boy's face when this guy told me he wants to use it on gun rounds on every
like,
map.
Look, man, that's not the way we do things around here.
This is North America.
He was trying to. People in France call me Amonic 10. I'm just like,
That's a pretty cool name, actually.
yes, Francois. But as our lurker on Overpass,
Can't have you using the Mac
need
10.
you having an AK-47.
That's so funny.
There we are. There we go. That's the
He's
normal
keeping
buy.
it.
Yeah, no, he's actually insanely good with it.
It's a buy round.
And the thing is, if you can go through smokes in it, like you run and
Yeah,
gun, right? Like if you
jumping,
got the timings,
accuracy.
you got that gut feeling, you've got that sixth sense.
Do you know I draw a couple of similarities? Now you described him as like a CSGO player. I think Flusher is also a CSGO player, right? And I see similarities in his affinity for SMGs and his power,
uses
power
all the
around
edges of
smokes.
this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Double AWPs, very hefty investment. 1 defuse kit in play on the back of Frozen. Where's Chris with the AWP? Is he ticket? There we go.
I hope you've got your ticket to the show match. That'll be happening after this grand final, of course. It's going to be an epic affair. But for now,
5 versus 3.
it's tall order, Alex. That's what I'm going to say.
One of the tallest. A venti to start things off. Extra cream, no
Extra
doubt.
frothy.
Frothy cream. And missed shots from NATO.
That
We'll be
should
putting
be,
that one in the YouTube reel.
Big risk by him to push that smoke.
Crazy misses on Mirage.
6 misses at Summit Grand Final.
Unbelievable, insane miss.
3v3, and getting the smoke out does mean that they've nullified one of the 3 threats. Next is just going to go all the way around.
They've got smokes, right?
Yeah. Oh, they have a double flank. You
hello.
filthy,
This
filthy,
Hunter.
filthy
Stab him,
animals.
stab him.
Put a bow on it.
Stat you, pussy.
We love cats around here.
Cat. Pussy cat.
Meow. Meow.
Because cats play with their prey.
Yep.
And he didn't, so...
And it's against a mouse.
Mouse,
That's what you're getting at. It was clever,
cats,
and
and
it was layered.
It had lots of wordplay to it.
Yeah.
See
There's
what I mean?
layers, guys. It's like an onion.
Or an ogre. Shout out to Shrek.
Yep.
Did you
big
see
fan.
the recent kind of breakthrough, Chad, that someone identified that Han Solo and Shrek wear the same clothes?
They do.
They
legit
Brown
do.
waistcoat.
Yeah.
Brown waistcoat, mucky linen shirt underneath.
Mine is blown right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, only one of them got to bang Princess Leia, so...
Yeah, well, I'd rather have Fiona, if I'm honest.
Oh, you see what she looks like when the lights go off, mate.
I've got Philips Hue. I'm just toggling it on and off. Depending
That
on
is
my
that is a good
preference.
life hack, by the way. More of that later.
Any other
More
smart
of that
bulb
later.
solution. Anyway, not that.
Not anything but that, actually. They set into red.
MOUSESPORTS
Yeah.
are in a bit of a
I'm more
hole
of a
here,
pink
right?
mauve kind of thing. but yeah.
They're going to have to be more aggressive on the next gun round. They have to play like either a mid control, which was they were doing that with ROPS last time I saw them play Mirage, or they might have to go close up on A ramp, so they're not getting just executed on like this. Because the double ops is fine, and it meant that they could hold on to a lot more utility. But if Hunter wants to be doing the dirty lurk, it ain't going to matter, is it?
Yeah, it does seem like MOUSESPORTS is playing a bit differently than what we've seen them play Mirage last time. Maybe that's because Chris had a bad game the previous time, so he's switching it up at A. But yeah, I agree. I think we'll likely see some kind of mid-aggression coming out of them. If not this next round, probably sometime later in the half.
Well, the scene has been set.
Here we are.
Why did I just hear the diddle?
Amore.
That's the pause.
I just heard the
sound.
pause noise, yeah.
You don't. Oh, MOUSESPORTS aren't a fan of it, but.
Fragging for Karrigan.
Oh, they're winning this.
Oh, he takes another.
That 1 HP.
That's
3. Glasses now required.
That's enough.
You leave them at home again, or?
Yeah, I went for the sunglasses instead. I can only bring one or the other.
Well, maybe you get those ones that change from 9
they
days.
win.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
round.
over.
Yeah.
Oh.
9.
Hunter wants
Maybe.
to win.
You
I told you,
You never know.
Told
6,
you. Hunter
100% now.
4, 3. 4 piece.
Jeremiah loved that one.
Hunter
Big
with
fan
low
of that.
HP, man. He said he likes the pressure. 18 frags.
The HP for Hunter doesn't really matter when he just always puts one bullet in the head.
Yeah, he
it's
really-
crazy, right?
And he always seems to click first as well. So you
He
combine the
always
two of
gets
them.
one past the keeper, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Between the legs even sometimes.
You want to make sure that you're scoring all the goals. There's a triple AWP's going to come out. So Karrigan's probably going to AWP B apps.
He's had it on.
Chris will probably still AWP ticket. And that means Nato will be left to AWP middle.
If they lose the first map, oh, God help him.
Wait, so
Gabe,
Chris
help
is
him.
close A ramp with the AWP.
I like this line. Very rarely pays off.
Chris is AWPing close A ramp with AWP. Yeah, alright. Cool.
I dig it. All of the info.
Karrigan should get one here, right?
The wide swing shot.
Oh, he goes for the re-peek and it costs him his life.
Well, that molly's good. That molly's great, actually.
It's going to be extinguished, but they do fall out. And Rob's is going to hear all of this. His eardrums are very excited.
Probably still quite ripe as well. He's only young, so he hasn't had the...
Yes, ripe eardrums is the analysis here in round 21.
Mine are ruined.
Yeah.
Every people have headphones on, I go, why is it so loud? I can't hear anything.
Sometimes I will just kind of, I'll start a sentence to you, Henry. I'll be like, yeah, so anyway, and then I'll realize halfway through that you didn't quite realize I'd started talking. and I'll just start it again like 10 minutes later. I'll be like, I'll find a better moment.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
he can't hear me right
Can't
now.
hear me.
but
He'll come back.
double orbs now.
Dorps.
Started with the trop.
And now just an orb.
Singular orb. Started with the trop. Chris J now. Leaving them in a 3 versus 3 G2. No utility here, Sean. Not the best situation to try and get that bomb planted. But it looks like it might be okay.
they
But
might have to
are
fight
coming.
connector.
Oh, this is the flank from Palace. That's big.
Oh, they're moving Kenny up so he can cover CT with the AWP, which means they should
When
try
they
and
plant, he's
default.
gonna wreck them. Rops has done it.
Oh
That's
my
it.
God,
Call it
he's-
done. He'll give a couple of
he's
knives
gonna
here.
be a
Right
fair-
behind them.
I'll give him a red card for a knife kill.
Oh!
You wouldn't. You
Oh.
would.
Cheeky.
Had a good idea of whether
But it's
they're-
Nexter and Hunter.
Oh.
Hunter now.
though.
He does
Hunter,
like to win
man.
these.
He loves to win rounds, old Hunter.
No
Oh,
way.
if he managed to get in that smoke somehow.
Yeah, I thought if he made it to the
Yeah.
smoke.
All right, let's get that time check popping on through here,
Yeah,
just
let's
to
get that
see how long until the hard out.
The hard out for their in-game leader.
And that's not to be confused with the hard on.
It's
from their
44
in-game
minutes.
leader.
Oh, 43. I beg your pardon. I
3
apologize.
minutes, and we're entering 42 territory.
Now, this is the danger zone, Sean. We have been expecting this. This is
Is
where you'll start
indeed.
things. Start to escalate at this point.
We're
The
gonna
sweat's
get
starting to come through. Raging's starting to get the tracksuit on.
And let us not forget.
He's stretching, yeah, we've seen him stretching up
He's-
there. The mouse finger being clicked a few times.
We're going to get like 15 minutes of map 2 Karrigan,
Yeah.
and then it's just like
Those-
packing up his suitcase.
Those at home,
Hopping
those at
on.
home might think, 40 minutes for another map? That's not so bad. Let us not forget, Henry, there is a 15
Minute break.
break.
Hard break. No, can't do anything about that. G2 are entitled to it.
It's not a soft break
We
at
have to
all.
take that.
Now, look,
We have advertisements to run. That has to happen.
bills to pay, people.
So that is a problem here. MOUSESPORTS really did need to close this one out. If they don't get the first map victory, I dare say they might be done for. Map number 2 coming up very, very shortly indeed. It is going to be Vertigo as well. Bit of a wild card. Not the most comfortable territory for Raging to jump in on. Would have liked to Dust 2, maybe an Inferno.
Yeah.
Something more familiar. Not the best map
What
to go
drops? Do nothing.
Is
And
Hunter currently better than Nico?
Currently? Sure.
Yeah.
Like in terms of form, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's a better player, it's just individual form.
He could be a better player, though.
I don't know.
That's
Nico's pretty damn
that's
good.
cool.
Let's not forget what Nico has done. And
Yeah,
is
but
capable
but
of
there's no.
doing.
But seeing this stuff from Hunter, right?
Yeah.
What
No,
is
it's
if he
promising.
is
It's
consistent
very
like
promising,
this,
I mean, if G2 can come into the next year with like a refined game style and a more English-speaking Jax, I don't see why they can't be a contender. Even though I know that this event can paint a different picture, considering the fact that their opposition hasn't necessarily been the hardest of hitters.
well, the thing that I look for here is when G2 like look well prepared and prepped, and like they're at the top of their game, and everyone's feeling it and winning the clutches and hitting the shots, and they have that game plan that we saw when they played Astralis in Pro League. Then they look really good, right? It's really, really good. The issue is that's just not a consistent kind of G2 just yet. So if they could like bring that and bring us that 80% of the time, then yeah, maybe we're looking at something
Top
which
10.
is pretty deadly here.
Top 10 all the 2020.
Henry, be careful with Jeremiah.
Jeremiah is absolutely fine.
Got a couple of bruises on the forehead, but
Couple of bruises, but that's what makes you tough, you know.
so Rob's had 21 kills in the first half. He only has 3 in the second half. He isn't getting activated just yet.
MOUSESPORTS got the time, calling the timeouts now, I should say.
40 minutes.
Yeah, 40 minutes, boys. Better make sure it's one hell of a timeout.
Raging's just like,
Raging's
okay,
like, boys,
so
you got to
guys,
try this one out.
Just before you
anything
leave, just
can
before
do.
you leave, how do I turn those game instructor messages off? Okay, yeah.
And what's the smoke?
That
for
console
B-side?
thing, how do I open it again? I need to
It will be Karrigan on his way out, but for now, MOUSESPORTS will battle on with the Scout. A couple of M4s, the Org and Nado Suffix. Does he have a weapon drop for him? I assume he does.
Yeah.
Maybe a FAMAS. It's the
An
AWP.
The big green.
Now then,
straight through window we will go.
Scout for Chris J. Nado
Finding
Suffix,
frags, no?
6 kills. He can still bring this one back.
Maybe he's feeling the pressure, Greer.
Maybe. We've all been there before.
Is he getting flashed through this already? No, he just wants to play on the outside. He's going to be baited in. Karrigan firing off the shots.
It's pretty dangerous if Karrigan spams like that and they spam back and kill Rob.
I love this. Now they're worried about Frozen. Rob's going to slime through this.
Oh!
Kenny.
That's not nice.
Kenny's
Kenny.
been around this scene for a minute.
A hot
Can't
minute.
play any tricks on him.
No real rat bastards in this game so far. That's kind of leaving it all to the
There has
couch.
been minimal ratting.
Yeah, everyone's been quite pleasant.
Well, hopefully it continues.
Okay, so mid control established. CTs have no presence on A. They're just playing ticket retake. If they lose connector, they're in a little bit of strife. Amanek doing a dirty, filthy lurk.
Is this the start of the ratting?
Well, like him being up this close, just so people are aware, if people start moving around on CAD or whatever, he's going to get the audible. He's going to hear it if they're not so careful with without their shift key. So they're going to know where that one came from for sure.
Damn, I can't believe they had that smoke at 35 seconds.
Good try.
It's a good frag.
Very
Yeah.
well timed.
They're going to go B because of Amanek's position, surely. They have time to go all the way back through apps,
It's going to be so close, though.
but they've left a player short and they've left a player back a B. So this should be
Next is
MOUSESPORTS
going to have
round.
util. He can probably throw a flash or two if he wants to force NATO off
They
the
have
line.
to
Yeah,
go now.
10
go.
seconds,
Go,
boys.
go.
Good flashes. It's done enough.
They can't
Oh,
cross
he's getting
site.
flanked.
though.
He's getting flanked.
Oh, there might be time for
No.
this. No time to plant.
4.
No time.
No time.
Good try.
Average try.
Average try.
And died after time. So next loving his life at this point.
No cash to speak of.
14 hundo in the bank.
Yeah, that's not gone too well for them. MOUSESPORTS starting to pose a few more rounds in response now. The B-bomb site holds on. Round 24, I assume at this point it will be the eco, considering they're about $2,000. Galil for Jax, he had about $1,000 extra than his teammates. So he'll go Galil, no armor. Don't expect much from that, but maybe get a couple
I
of kills.
mean,
Khalil, no armor.
he's hoping that like all of the Glocks draw the fire and he can just sit at the back clicking.
Could be enough for a couple, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Not the approach I
Run
would have
boost
gone
and
for.
Jack swings. Is that the play? Yeah, it was. Okay.
This is going to go all the rounds, isn't it? Karrigan's going to be here playing overtime until he has to leave.
They can just leave Hunter now. I like this. Do something else. Get the timing right. Avoided the first scout shot. That's always a good start. The nade doesn't do too much either, so no stress just yet for this G2 unarmored Galil eco.
So we didn't really point this out during the last game.
Here we go.
But in the last matchup between VP and G2, Hunter had 76 kills over 3 maps. The next closest on his team was Jackson Kenny, both tied at 47.
Do you have his headshot percentage as well? Just out of interest?
No, I don't.
Damn, I'm interested. 2-up window now. 2 different routes. And 40 seconds with the getting across. And a frag, no less.
Oh, dear.
That's not bad.
Lil coming in.
And
Oh, dear.
second
He gets an
frag?
assist
There
on
it
that one
is.
as well.
Damn.
All right, this is it. Just mop it up now. There we go. That was a little bit dangerous.
Frozen made sure of that.
Yeah, it's not bad as well because NATO only has 3,200 and Rops only has 4,100. So they are going to have to drop weapons across to those guys. So those 2 kills, worth it actually in the long run. And Amanek 10.
There he is on the neck 10. He doesn't even play aggressive with it all the time.
Which is just wild.
Yeah, he's just incredibly good with it.
He knows the power spikes of the weapon.
Yeah, he knows how to peek with it.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a big start. NATO.
Rops is there this time.
Oh, and he's in the perfect spot to catch the drop. MOUSESPORTS aggro mid, and the last 2 are going to be charging up ramp, but I think Chris took one down before he died, so now, all on to Kenny. A rifle and time, but it does seem like MOUSESPORTS will have the 13th. He's having a little walk, a little investigation, and I'm going to put my microphone a little closer to my mouth.
And he's dead.
Earpieces are killing me.
So this is like nightmare fuel for me if Mouse win this map and then Karrigan leaves.
Yeah, especially a long, drawn-out win, right?
Yeah,
Like
close
what it's gonna
win.
be.
Because that means it could have been a competitive final, and then if G2 just steamroll it from there, oh dear. Like, I'm being honest with the whole situation here. 34-46, the hard out. Well, this game will definitely be done before he has to leave.
Which is nice.
But Reginald will have to jump in for the second game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How could he play half of the second map?
Precisely. It's unlikely.
He's not
at this
gonna,
point.
he might get, like, maybe 5 or 6 rounds.
Yeah. But he
You
can
know?
start.
He can, I guess.
Yeah, they get the strong start. Get that
yeah.
pistol win, you know. Okie dokie, artichoke.
Maybe he could just coach for a bunch of rounds. Just stand behind them, calling strats. Have Regin running around.
Yeah.
So, what do we think the play for G2 is? Because that fast mid stuff seems to be getting countered. They worked when they did the A pounce, right?
We
They did the flash, they killed Chris J. They tried to go B, but Karrigan was AWPing.
Yes, that's right.
But I guess they don't have the money for the AWPs now, right? Because that was a triple AWP round that they ran that on. They won't reinvest in it. Because most of them are going to stay alive in this round. I don't expect G2 to get too many kills. So if they're not investing into the triple AWP setup next round, maybe they could go for that B piece again. But the problem is to try and go for it after you know you've already lost it pretty easily once becomes a worry.
G2 doing around the world strat on this eco. All the way back to A ramp.
Running the clock right down now.
See if they can get a plan. It doesn't look like they're going to... I don't think they even get past ramp. This is the hold, man. Robson, Chris. Eta will start to pull contact, and now backup has arrived. Can't really leave. Did they get the AWP in time? Phew! Okay, less awkward than it could have been. And 14 for Mouse as well. So really could be... if this is the win for MOUSESPORTS, which it does seem to be poised to be one, we've got a real potential long road into this best of 3 for the G2 boys. Vertigo next.
When I watch MOUSESPORTS on Mirage, it makes me want to see Rops play the center of maps everywhere. Because he is so good at connector and just aggroing mid, playing aggressive in the plays early.
I think that's a new position for him as well, though, because he was always anchoring A before, right? Karrigan only moved him into this within recent time.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy.
Makes me want to see him out of like B site dust too.
Or like Inferno,
right.
put him as the rotator.
I just want to see him running around killing everyone.
Yeah, he's always in quite isolated positions, especially on the CT side.
Vertigo B site.
That's because he was always the type of guy who would be able to anchor the bomb sites. But if he can do everything,
But he's transcended that now.
yeah,
I think.
yeah, he's now a star player, right?
Yeah.
Whereas before he was a rookie. He was like, playing roles.
And he came in. Yeah, he played all the bitch roles.
Yeah,
when he first
especially
joined.
the form he's in right now as well. You want to get the most out of him. You want him those A bomb sites most of the time. But here we go. Nexa does open things up. It's a decent AK-47 shot. He somehow survives the ding. Can he even get out of here? Is he alone? He is. So he's kind of isolated himself.
Yeah, but perhaps by design, if they can get a pick.
Oh, the timing on this!
Hey, Hunter. He gets the first. If he wins the fight on Karrigan now, the timing though, Amanek.
Wow, the crossfires here are just wrecking him.
Nexus still gets one. Stuck around long enough, but with 30 seconds, he's going to have quite a run. Oh, he needs the bomb so bad. Tucks in.
There really is no time. That's fancy
How you getting through? How's he getting through this?
Oh, that's a huge
shit.
miss.
Where's he going to go?
Connector.
Yeah, it actually works out. That was a big miss.
Shit.
Nato hits that. The round's done.
Yeah.
No way.
Karrigan.
Oh my god!
Big brain, but there's a lot to do here. Bomb should be going down, and the AWP to cover from Ticket, and it's going to be a clean shot from Nexa. Big round to pick up there.
That's huge. Getting out of that at all for Kenny. The fact that he stepped away with any of that.
There was that rat move you were looking for.
There
I
it
saw
is.
it.
Snake in the grass. Or in the trousers.
Snake in the trousers, that's for sure.
That's how the saying goes.
All right, then. G2 might be able to bring this back then. The money's not quite broken yet, but pretty much one round away from doing so. This might be indicative of who takes the map.
Yeah, what a shift in momentum this is about to be. Round 28 could determine it all. Let's see if NATO doesn't have the last round echoing in his mind in such a crucial moment in this grand final. I like that he's bringing the fight. Not going to be.
That's an AK,
right?
a lot, right? Yeah, that's an AK. That's a fight he can take. Not a Krieg.
I wondered what the question was. Yeah, okay. Walking into a Krieg, a very different fight.
There's a timer on. Well, actually, no. If the player's watching underpass, he can stay here for as long as he wants.
Yeah, looks like that's Frozen's job right now.
That landed right on him and did 30 damage.
Yeah, that seemed a lot more significant than it was. Frozen, though, does he dare probe any further?
If Frozen dies, then NATO
fucked the smoke.
Oh, no.
Hunting come
Wow,
out.
that's a big frag.
That's the lurk as well, so they can full rotate.
Karrigan's going to know they're coming to him. He's going to play survival. Force the fights, and it doesn't favor. Jax actually gets a huge frag.
Frozen's doing it, though. He's done enough, giving them the advantage.
Yeah, Kenny can't do much on his own. Maybe the first. No, not even that. Wow, this could be the win for MOUSESPORTS after what was a terrible round prior. They have managed to break the G2 bank.
30 minutes now. 29, actually, if you look at the official clock there. They'll win this map, then they've got a 50-minute break, then they're looking for the 2-0 very quickly, Chad.
Yeah, would be the quickest 2-0 that we'd ever seen if it was to come through.
Vertigo, A side, T side has been rushing every round.
Do we know what side MOUSESPORTS is starting on Vertigo?
I
I'd
would say
assume-
CT side, right?
Yeah, they should. Well, I guess like most teams will pick CT.
Yeah, because it's G2's map pick. So.
Yeah,
The last time they played, they started CT and they just got railroaded.
true.
13-2.
You might want to go. I heard he did the 24 countdown. There we go. This could be a 3 versus 3. NATO quiet performance so far, but it seems like it might just be enough here with that big frag as it's Frozen.
Ooh.
Appearing through the smoke, overtime.
Karrigan to win it. Of course it's Karrigan.
No kit.
And
Overtime is
are
actually the
totally
worst thing that
talking
these
about
guys like, for us, for the viewer, for everything, it's exciting. But for Mouse, they're just sitting there. You
It's the last
know
minute
when you're waiting to go do something you want to go do. You're going out for the night or something. You've got a hard start time.
Like, let's finish, guys. Come on, let's finish. I've got to go.
Yeah.
Got to go shower.
You're getting all angsty and antsy and shit.
Oh, yeah. 27, 37.
A couple of FAMASs, 3 of them in
Deagle.
total.
It'll be put.
Desert
You can win
Eagle.
around with this.
A execution off the bat from G2.
You do love to see.
I feel like
them
it's
mix
enough.
up.
Double upset on T side though.
Oof, this player under balcony. Deke versus the Execute.
Watch Chris get 5 kills.
Yeah.
It's going to be the greatest highlight we've ever seen in Counter-Strike history. Here it comes.
They're getting ready. They've got to move soon.
They're getting horny.
Great shot from Kenny, close range, takes down Chris, and now it's up to the Famasa Rocks. He needs at least 2 kills there. Good flash, but not quite enough. I feel like overtime is guaranteed at this point. Can there be anything to be said? NATO will be holding towards CT spawn. He's got a gap.
Yeah, he doesn't have long though. He's about to just be a sitting duck.
And dead from Sandwich.
Does get the guy. Now looking for a second on Sandwich. Kenny's too quick. Nothing they can do. Overtime. A real...
Don't think that 30's been inflated that badly. It was the first half where he did all the dirty work, 21 kills for him.
Well, they will remain on the CT side. MOUSESPORTS with 4 M4s, no double up set up here on either side. Because Kenny S, as they make their way towards B, by the looks of things, 3 players making 4 towards the B apartments. Amanek patrolling middle, just showing usual presence there to make it seem like a default as he actually hightails it towards T spawn. He's got the Karrigan 1 HE remaining, so looking for any reactive play in the form of Chris, who's actually probing towards the Palace position right now.
Ooh, I think they're going to meet up right here.
They actually are. This is the first frag of the round. A big round of that. And it's clean. Chris J nails it. Good intel. Funnels them towards B. They don't really have any information on that side of the map now. They've got no presence there. They pretty much have to go for this. Smoked out. They've got 1 player in connectors. A Hunter, indeed. What can he do here? No grenades himself. Smoke about to go down. And they're going to fall back. That's a brave move. Luckily, the CTs haven't punished this too much. The Chris J holding towards Palace. Still a very powerful position.
I'm guessing they might want to boost someone in the window. MOUSESPORTS seems very aware that G2 could have mid control. They have a guy holding CT spawn through the rat hole. Someone ticket. Someone in
The rat hole.
the rat hole.
Is that the one by CPL or CT spawn?
CT spawn.
Okay, rat hole.
That's where we would go to find you, Henry. You're
I-
the mid opper, right?
I've been known to AWP a few times.
Yeah.
Wops. Happy with the M4, however, as he does get one in the back. He sets up Chris J quite nicely. Hunter, though, always so efficient.
Oh, the blood splat up.
15 seconds. And it looks like Karrigan, he's fighting.
Knife him, Karrigan.
Yeah, it's done. That's a good round on the CT side. You can notice they had no helmets coming into that one, trying to conserve money. If you win the first round with 3 players alive, you're pretty much good to go. They get a Krieg and the AK into the next round. NATO will save the AWP as well.
Do you know what's crazy about NATO is he's just playing this event on Mouse Excel for the first time for some reason.
Is it the first time, or has he gone back to it?
For the first time in like 6 years.
Most people go back to it.
Yeah,
don't
he
they?
said
No one ever changes to it.
Karrigan plays with it, so he's trying it out this event.
I used
Straight up
to
just
play
adding
with
Mouse
Mouse
Excel.
Excel when I used to play at LAN cafes, because back then I didn't have like admin access to
Yeah,
disable it
yeah.
or whatever, and it was just on.
But that's the one Karrigan plays on with actual enhanced pointer precision.
Yeah.
Like he's the gamer that doesn't
Damn.
untick that box.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while.
I'm not going back to that.
Yeah.
Nah, because that's all muscle memory. What that is
Yeah.
like really muscle memory
Yeah.
stuff.
Well,
right?
I got screwed over because one of the old Steel Series mice I had inbuilt negative
negative
mouse
one.
Excel.
Yeah, that was
That's
the Kinzu.
Sensei?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
thought
It was
the Sensei had it
yeah.
as well.
The
I think they both had
the
it,
Zai and the Kinzu.
Well then, MOUSESPORTS looking quite promising here. That's a key shot. Brings it to a 3 versus 1. Kenny S can do nothing about it. 2-0 for MOUSESPORTS here. This is your grand final. MOUSESPORTS picked this map. It wasn't looking good at one point. It looked like G2 were going to bring it right back, but at this stage, quite comfortably on the CT side. Money actually a bit of an issue now on the T side of Mirage. Don't see that too often. So Galil's had to be brought out just to make sure they get all the grenades possible. Time now at 22 minutes. If you are just joining us, Karrigan has a hard out, meaning there is no other option. He needs to leave at 6 p.m. He has to arrive for Epicenter.
Or the president of this game right now will have to come out
Yes.
and really just cite that there have been some issues here.
Few issues.
Where'd the ref go?
I didn't mean the I was looking for that. The
Yeah.
commissioner,
I knew what you meant.
commissioner was what I
knew what you
wanted.
meant.
President.
Well,
Yeah.
I want a commissioner. It wasn't there at the
Close
time.
enough.
You know, I'm rifling through all these words in my brain.
Yeah. Rifling is a nice word, and some rifling done by Chris J there as well. Amanek
Big.
does find the head of Karrigan, and now the bomb in mid with absolutely all of the answers. What the hell was that? Quick catch
They're
on.
coming towards him. Oh, now they know. Pull back. Continue to fight! It will be a 2-1 as G2 scramble
You
the
know
last
what-
round together.
You know what's worse for MOUSESPORTS than overtime?
Double overtime?
Yeah, double overtime would be worse than 1 for them.
Thank you, Sean. Great to have
On
you
the
here.
Everyone's entitled
on
to
the
a
scale
quick
of
50-minute break
bad
as well.
things.
21 minutes remaining now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All up in the air.
Completely.
Yes.
At least map 1, that is.
Karrigan
of
will
course.
be at about 8 p.m.
Yes, God he will.
But this is kind of like a best-of-1 final right now, I guess, for MOUSESPORTS, right?
Yeah. Win the first.
When I had the IGN LAN final against Cloud9, where we had to play at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Is it
Sean
LAN?
wasn't there. Sean
Yeah, I
was
wasn't
with
there.
Jenna in Vegas.
Yeah, that was the one right after the other tournament.
I went iBuyPower
Yeah.
after the IGN one, right? It was like IGN into iBuyPower on the weekend. I think that's how it went anyway.
Yeah.
It could have been the other way around. I don't remember. But either way, we played the grand final at 4 a.m. in the morning. And it was meant to be a best of 3. But because it was so late, we just said to Cloud9, we just said, look, we'll just play 1 map.
And who won?
They won.
Ah.
They was Keish, and they just defaulted because they had Swag playing. They just defaulted
He was
everywhere.
very good at the time.
Yeah.
Well,
Chris into the site and with a degree of a brazen attitude that has
Urgency.
been punished. Yeah, urgency perhaps. Signs can become clearer and clearer.
Lost 40 grand that day, guys.
40 grand.
40 grand. Sorry about that, man.
Could have gone a long way back then when Chris Badawi and Monty didn't pay us on time, but
NATO Sapix out on towards the. Oh, that's a shot. Lovely catch.
And that's all he gets, though.
Yeah.
If G2 win this map,
do we just call it and don't play the next
that's
two?
what I was about to say.
They just have a gentleman's agreement. They shake hands.
Maybe it's for the best at this point.
They just go, hey guys, yeah, well, it was fun.
Let's all enjoy the show match together.
Yeah, sit down, get the microphones on.
It's going to be a good one. Clean round from G2.
But if G2 win this is kind of important, right? Because they are going up against Mouse with their full force, obviously without Woxy, with their full force for this tournament.
Yes.
What if they do the poker chop? The chop first place.
What's that?
Just the agreement.
Oh, no, we don't want any of that. We need a winner.
That's a horrible.
We need a winner,
thing.
Sean. Someone has to win.
I can't believe that actually happens in poker.
They just split the pot.
Pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's kind of kind of them, isn't it? Sharing is caring.
When you both had enough, you just want to tap out.
Yeah, you know, when a couple million is enough, you know, I can't blame him. Double AWPs here. Kenny not going to be offered up too much in the early stages now, and well, as Karrigan scurries through the underpass, he'll have to drop back. Yeah, that's one reason to drop back as well, Kenny.
Yeah, it's a good one. The
An AWP
Dorps
bullet, yeah.
on Amanek as well as Kenny. Bomb not committing anywhere just yet. Mouse really want to get a feel for the setup. 3-2 split at the moment. Kenny providing some additional line on towards that connector cross, which is not where the MOUSESPORTS squad finds himself. Instead, Karrigan through under is going to apply some utility towards short and connector. Molotov will catch Kenny. He'll be forced off, and that's the power of that molly. You'll see why it's such a commonplace.
Could be an execute here.
It is, and Rops gets the first blood. Through the smoke, Karrigan caught.
This is it, the final
It
commitment.
looks good for Nexa. He's just got in where he needed to be.
It's a very overlooked position, and with the AWP firing off bullets as well, it could be enough.
Someone has
so
to bait
scary
for
for
him, yeah.
MOUSESPORTS.
Okay, traded.
That's enough.
And if Kenny can just hold this line, doesn't get the cross, and instead Chris J's got him a way in. Another frag. Chris J just got mad. He turned all green for a second and started throwing punches. 3 kills, problem solved, and an important round on the board for Mouse on their T side here on overtime.
Yeah, and if they would have lost that, their money would have been
Screwed.
pretty bad for this last round. So now
Double overtime now on the cards. Amanek.
All right, fine. What are you doing? Stop. Stop. Stop.
What is that?
Playing an ad. I was trying to play the sound effect again. But now I decided I wanted to play an ad.
Just a quick ad. Can't be muted.
found some new sponsors for the stream.
Oh! Hold it.
There's no
You
way.
won't. You won't. Oh. He would. He would.
He would.
Chris with 4 in that round.
Yeah.
Very big
Big.
work. Rob's got the opening. So remember the VP. Not VP. Remember that MOUSESPORTS in the first half had Rops getting 21 kills. So he was kind of like winning a lot of duels, putting a lot of impact in that first half that they had. So Chris coming alive here with a round of his own is important.
A lot of frags being exchanged here. 30, 30, 30 for Frozen, Rops, and Chris J. You are right, though. Rops has slowed down in the pace.
Cooled a bit.
He has cooled off.
We've seen Chris J, he's just like the cement for when the stars aren't fragging. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Rops has a good
Pro
half.
League,
It's
right?
like, yeah, same thing. He kept them alive on Dust 2 until Woxic decided to have a T-side to remember.
Like, I saw people on the internet trying to cite like Chris J's bad stats from earlier, but the thing is, this team has changed their roles around in recent times, and now Chris J's playing like consistently well with Impact. So it's like, what is the point of your stats? They're not even looking at the way the team is currently formulated.
It's enough, boys, I think. 4-on-2, MOUSESPORTS. We're 20 minutes on the clock here. Are going to be taking the first map.
Oh, wow.
Chad's nightmare has come true.
Yeah, but at least it was close. So, like, that's okay that it was close.
It's actually happened.